Hey,
Hey, yo.
how you doing?
What's going on, everybody? It's Relly and
So we
Teach.
got a special treat for everybody. So we got ourselves a super meat boy right here. Special shout out to a fan of the show. It is G Fuel for Days on YouTube, or I know him as Christopher Stone. Veteran. He does G Fuel reviews with his two sons, and they are a hoot. They are hysterical. They're wholesome. It's amazing. And to give everybody a fair shot, I'm going to be trying this in water, and Teach over here is going to be trying it in milk.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what the case scenario may be. Now, you know that me and Teach draw it down the line. We're trying not to be biased. And to give the best result for everybody at the show, we are trying to do everything we can. For example, I actually tried two brands today and I didn't like either of them. And when I send Teach this package, he's going to be like, dude, what the hell is wrong with people? So, without any ado, let's see if this is actually worth going through the hassle of only going through. I'm sorry, Micro Center only has how many stores throughout America? And it
12?
can only be in person? Like what? 10, 12?
12, I think.
12.
And
And
say,
you have to
I
pick it in
got.
person and hope to God nobody scalps it, which I
I,
haven't been able to get down.
we
Speaking
got
of,
snowed in a bit, but we'll have this coming in the next week or so. Or
and
G
speaking
stuff pay
of,
per
I
view.
actually do have on this episode, we got a box here from Gamersupps.
Ooh.
We will see not only the free samples they brought in because I got two of them. I decided to double up on the free samples, see how that goes, as well as a VTuber waifu shaker, which credit to them, they have now gone where it goes, hey, one order per, one item per order.
I also just want to point out, and a weird off topic, if you ever send out samples to somebody, don't take the samples you bought and resend them to somebody else and say, hey, I hope you include the extra little extras I gave to you. We'll find out who the original sampler was.
Handwriting, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Although there are some good plugs out there, man. So tell me, and I don't want to look like I'm sniffing blow, like I'm in some mafia movie. But when I smell the Meat Boy, I do get cinnamon, but also the thing that kind of blows my mind here is, doesn't this remind you like it's kind of Christmassy?
It's definitely more of a desserty kind of holiday flavor. I have tried it in water. I thought my kind of exact thought you're having right now of like, oh, am I really about to do this? Because it smells like a red hot cinnamon candy.
If this tastes like red hot gum, I'm going to be using this as drain cleaner. I'll tell you that right now.
So I'm just going to say as a disclaimer. Think of it as a desserty flavor. Think of it as just going with the bright slate, open mind, because it's going to be weird. It's not something honestly people would drink every day. It's not like to a bad extent of like what Sanic Chili Dog was, but like it's okay in water. And I have been heard good things about it in milk, so I'm going to try it in milk for the first time. I know you seem skeptical of trying it.
Yep.
It's a ride. You'll be surprised.
All right, let's go. That seems actually like a lot of seems like a lot of powder for one scoop. But hey, is what is.
I could have done it all the way to the top. Just make sure you get a
Whatever the
full
case
actual
may be.
scoopage.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. So G Fuel for Days says his kids thought was a cinnamon candy apple.
Yeah, there's no apple to it. It's just red hot candy. I'm really intrigued to hear your thoughts of it. For me, I had a very open mind when rating it because it's not something I would
I
think of
mean, I got
drinking
no
every day.
expectations for this. I mean, the red. Now we all know that the shaker, especially on camera, is not going to give it justice because of the light or anything else. This is a reddish pink color, very Christmassy. I like that. I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to try and do like a green for like a cinnamon and all that. And red's a more appealing color. Let's be real.
First sip.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm. That's more pleasing than I thought, actually.
It's a lot better in milk than it was in water. It's no cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, I don't get any hint of that at all. I mean, granted, this is definitely a more rich one. I think you're going to have to water this down because I think if you don't have enough water in it, it might just be too strong for certain people. I mean,
See,
that's one thing that I will say before, because it's like I did with Shiny Splash, and I'm like, what the hell's this watered down lemonade crapola at first? But then it's just like a little less water or something else, and it's okay.
I will say so far trying it in milk, it is better than water. Milk, the coldness of like the thickness, creaminess to milk does make it taste a bit better. I will
Hmm.
give people benefit of the doubt where they say it tastes like cinnamon toast crunch because I could see this being like the end of the bowl of cinnamon toast crunch, but I feel like you're reaching a little bit because it's still just like red hot candy with milk. It's just that red hot candy with cream.
Hmm. It's interesting to say the least. As far as like a ranking,
See, now when I did in water, I was thinking of in a very open, different kind of mind, and I just took the flavor as is. I wasn't thinking of like, is this something I would drink every day? I was just like, how well does this taste to a red hot candy? And I gave it a 6.5 to 7 because it tastes pretty spot on to a fire red hot candy.
I don't kind of look for the accuracy or the expectation because now this could go into a argument in our time, but I'm sick and tired of when people are being like, "This is supposed to be good. This is gonna be great. I want to be buying this the first day it comes out." Blah 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 blah. I'm ready for it, and then it's just like it's just okay, and I'm gonna make this a 3 out of 10 because it's not as good as it should be. It's like that's not how you're supposed to grade it. Just go into it with an open mind, and it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yep.
It's like, I had two flavors where I had no idea what to expect, and I hated both of them, to be completely honest with you.
What
It
were
was from
those?
another brand. We'll get into that when you try them, hopefully, but maybe you might have better luck because I didn't.
I mean, we
This
both got
right here,
samples coming to each other.
uh, in water, it's pleasant at first, but as you gradually sip it, it kind of dumbs down because you kind of get used to it. And
It's just a cinnamon red hot candy. Like, there's nothing over the top about it. I can't see somebody saying this is their favorite and drinking it every day.
that's just a funny thing too, because one thing that actually Chris gives it a 6 out of 10, but for me, he actually the reason why he actually me and him started really talking about all this is, or do you remember when I did the review about the Tetris, and I'm like, do you seriously remove like the Skittles, throw them in a bowl or jar or the garbage? And he was laughing like hell, and we've just been kind of talking ever since. But similar to Tetris is a candy flavor, and I just don't think a candy flavor is an everyday flavor.
That's fair. I can definitely
So,
understand that.
so it kind of goes like this: is like I could rate something as high as, I mean, even like the Tetraminos, right? Even if the J Tetramino came in a tub, the raspberry, I would still say it's a 5 star. But it's like you still drink something that's amazing every day like that. You know what I mean? You rotate everything.
I do rotate myself, but I would drink the heck out of J Tetramin almost every day. That
I,
is an
I would,
impeccable
but let me tell you
raspberry.
something. I shares in my top five, and I end up drinking a lot more Battle Juice and Phase X than I do Ice Shatter.
Fair enough.
It's like I try to rotate
Oh
the
yeah,
pubs at work and all that, but it's like you bring three in, you take three home, all that. It's like currently I got three hydrations at work and four energy tubs. Just to like, so there's like a work rotation, then there's a home rotation,
mm-hmm.
which is like everything else. This I'm gonna give a 3.5 star out of 5.
Okay.
And for you and milk, tell me how it is. What do you got for me?
I'll give it a solid 7 because it does taste a lot better in milk than water. This is something I would call a straight up milk flavor because it does taste better. The creamy richness of milk does kind of bring down that, I don't want to say spicy, but that heat tone of Red Hot candy. So it's definitely more enjoyable. This definitely feels more something like you'd be drinking around the holiday time. Um, it's a lot better milk. I would give it a solid 7. Again, it's not like a solid 7 in the eyes of like, I would drink this every day, but just taking the flavor as is, I wouldn't put this into my rotation.
Not only that, but if you think about it, 7's pretty good by your standards too. But I've also noticed that, well, milk flavors are also everyday flavors as well because it's like you can't just gradually sip a milk flavor. You need to constantly be by the fridge.
Yep.
It's like, hey, if I'm in the shop all day, which is not going to happen, that would be all right. It's like if I'm working, I need to have water.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Like, I recently picked up a tub of moon pie. This is G Fuel chocolate milk, changed my mind.
That and chocolate milk.
What? B-Boy and chocolate milk?
No, no, moon pie. You
Not
said
moon pie and chocolate milk, but this is G Fuel's chocolate milk. Changed
gotcha,
my mind.
gotcha. I was about to say, I'm like, whoa, 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 chocolate milk and that. And I'm like, whoa, game changer. Holy
I'm sure
hell.
it'd be delicious.
Yeah, and people got some crazy crazy things like I think Fried Doinks, he's in the G Film Vibes group. He actually said oat milk with cotton candy.
You know, that's a big thing that a lot of people point to, and I haven't tried it, but almost everybody I hear says try your G Fuel flavors with oat milk,
Huh.
and I
Interesting.
don't know why.
Chris says confetti cake and chocolate milk equals chocolate cake.
I could see that. I've
I
heard a
feel
lot of
like
people
I'm
doing
telling
confetti
a
cake with
Gabriel Iglesias joke. Chocolate cake.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people doing confetti cake with strawberry shortcake.
Damn.
So, good strawberry cake.
Strawberry cream on top.
Hmm. So ultimately, you'll have to try it sometime in milk. But for as a release, it does have its nips in the bud of being more exclusive. Micro centers, there's only 12 of them. You got to be lucky to know somebody or find one near you. I think they did decent on it. Again, it's not something I'd mix into my everyday rotation. It's not a flavor I'm ever going to go to. It's not at least even like spicy Demonade, where it at least has something to it. It's not even like Scorpion Sting, where it has the mango and then that little bit of heat. Like, I actually kind of like Scorpion Sting. So,
Yes. I will say though, it is kind of getting ridiculous to get a flavor like that for it to be. I mean, granted, it's good, but I mean, if it was just like, hey, buy this off of their website and it's only in one warehouse, I mean, I get it. But to have it exclusively in the store where people are saying like there's a buy limit, there's this, there's that. I mean, I imagine it's calmed down now, but still, it's just a rage across from it, just bonkers.
I
By the
mean,
way, shout out to our new code down below for glitch with the Y. We got City Gamer holding it down for everybody. Anybody who does want to buy a powdered energy drink to get off of Red Bull and Monster like I did. I mean, we all occasionally crave it and such, but the main reason I go into this today is it shocked me because I went to the deli and they were always selling the regular monsters for about $3. Just about that's 279, 289, all that. Sorry if I crotch shot. Thank God I didn't. But the fact that this is the new norm,
is that
this is
now
the
the
new
new norm?
this is the new norm, the 12-ounce
See,
can.
'cause I haven't seen any of those near me.
So I heard the same thing to my buddies in Indiana, but here's the thing that's pissing me off. I went to go get a regular monster I think it was either just to try it out or for a buddy. It was something. I totally forget. But essentially, after tax and all that, $4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot for a freaking 16-ounce drink, man. It's like you get a bang for like 350 or whatever, or You got G Fuel cans in certain stores going, two for $4. But regardless of all that, right? The main reason you switch to the powder is the cost. And mind you, I think that there's been some powders that taste better than others, but it sucks knowing that you're going to get a regular portion. For me, a regular portion is a 16 to 20 ounce or whatever.
16, yeah.
16 to 20 ounce, however you slice it and dice it. But the fact that we're getting it for less than $1 a serving, which one serving here by me is costing about $4, it's blowing my mind. It's pissing me off, and I'm getting sick of it.
I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, not from what you're saying, but like I remember even my R thicker ones I still find around me, those on average go for about like $2.39, $2.50. So it makes no sense why the can is smaller and they want $4. And that's always like my main selling trait to G Fuel for many of others. Like, hey, switch to G Fuel. Like, let's say you drink a Monster Red Bull a day on average, Monster's $2, Red Bull's $3. That's 30, or that's like, yeah, no, that is 60 to $90 a month. And you can buy one tub of G Fuel, and that's $35, and it has 40 servings, which is at least one scoop a day, if not a little more. Like, you are saving so much money, and it's better for you,
Yes, I
better
mean
tasting.
that's essentially what it comes down to, man. And it's like you got the variety, you get whenever you need. It's like as long as you got good water by you, and you buy a shaker once. I mean, I won't go into the debacle. It's already been stressed enough as it is, and we've already got a supply chain issue with the plastics. But you switch to the powder, right? And the thing is, you gotta make it taste good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why guys like me and you are here, is because, hey, if you're going to, tell somebody, hey, buddy, do me a favor, switch to the powder, it better be good.
Yep.
I'll just say this: I had a cherry limeade yesterday. I tried it out.
Well, from who?
It from Advanced GG.
Okay.
A cherry limeade. Now, cherry limeade. I haven't tried G Fuels yet, but I've tried cherry limeade from Maw.
I got you
And
on that. I got you on that.
so what happens is, right? Does the cherry limeade taste? Does the cherry taste more like clickbait,
Have you
or does
had?
it taste more like raging gummy fish? Because that's just comparing app cherries to cherries. I mean, because clickbaits taste sweet, it tastes good, whereas the raging gummy fish, it tastes more Robitussin medicine like, whatever.
So this may sound a little odd to you, but from my taste testing of it, have you ever had sour cherry?
Yes,
To me, it tastes more like the cherry of sour cherry, but without the sour.
it's still sweet. It doesn't taste like medicine.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to trying that ASAP, because I mean, I so what happens is, right, I try it just like I do normally, and I'm actually on a stream. Like I wasn't sure if I was pulling Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever I was doing, but I'm just sipping it and I'm just kind of like, I am not enjoying this. Like if you just take a sip as you go through your game sessions and stuff, you got to be liking what you got, man.
Yep.
I was not enjoying that. The fact that I had my third or fourth sip, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Drain cleaner.
Wow. For you to call something a drain cleaner is quite a lot.
Listen, if you're going to make a cherry flavor anything, particularly a cherry limeade where it's been made many times, duplicated many times, and also the fact that the tub costs $45 and I got a sample of it, and you'll be getting a sample of it as well.
Okay.
The Kiwi Limeade, too bitter.
I should have your samples out tomorrow, by the way, because shouldn't be
Yep,
snowed in.
same. And I work next to a post office. So, uh, on top of that, let's see. Yeah, the kiwi lime was too bitter. The cherry limeade was too medicine like. The mango was just okay.
That's
And
sad. That's sad.
yeah, the mango was just okay.
That would be the one I look most forward to trying. And hear you say it's just okay makes me like a little cautious.
Well, hold your beer because I got a big one for you.
Uh oh.
The strawberry lemonade, to me, mediocre at best.
How do you mess up a strawberry lemonade?
How the hell
How?
do you screw up a strawberry lemonade?
Seriously, like that is one of the easiest flavors to be done right and to get your flavor noticed and off the ground. It would be one of my favorite go-tos, the strawberry lemonade. If G Fuel sold a strawberry lemonade, I would buy so much of it.
The problem being, and that's the thing that's just so different, is that if you go by just the taste factor, like the reason why I don't like the Coke energies is because essentially they go with the hey, no sugar. And I know we want no sugar in our products for, whatever the case may be. But how come no matter what flavor you choose, it still tastes like regular Diet Coke?
Yep.
Because, it's the aspartame or whatever it is, something to do with the carbonation, maybe. But whatever the case may be, it's kind of whatever it is. It's not horrible, but it's just okay. So
Look,
the problem I have with this is that when you taste the G Fuel, it doesn't matter about the melted dextrin, whatever. There's some people that say, "Whoa, that's sweet" or whatever. But the problem I'm having is that if you have an artificial strawberry and you taste like when you have a G Fuel or a Juju, you don't say this tastes like it's diet. With the strawberry lemonade, it really tastes like it's diet. And I don't get that when I have a wild strawberry crystal light or a lemonade crystal light. But why is it that when I'm having a strawberry lemonade advanced GG focus sample, why am I just drinking this? It's like that is again a flavor where you're not supposed to go. This is just okay. This isn't a kale shake that you tolerate and you don't like it. This is supposed to be something that you gradually sip and enjoy. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be the pleasures of life. You want to eliminate stress, you go with food, you go with energy, you go something like that, you consume it. This was not hitting the mark.
I get that. And the funny sense is there's only one time ever I feel like I've had that diet aspect to G Fuel, and that would be the Yuzu Splash hydration bottle to where it tastes like a diet Mountain Dew to me. But look, if I also
Okay.
wanted a DC, I'm gonna go buy a DC. I ain't buying no Coca-Cola energy.
I think that's what some people are worried about if some of these power companies try to do a cola because it's like you remember that Family Guy scene where they see a vending machine in the middle of the desert and they're like, "Is it a Coke machine? No, it's definitely a Pepsi. Oh, it's an RC cola. Never
Yep.
mind." That they just walk away pissed off.
Yeah, because
It's
RC
kind of
Cola has
something
always been
like
kind of
that.
ass.
It's dollar store cola,
Mm-hmm.
half carbonated.
It'd
It's
be
kind of
like
flat.
it's like your W to G Fuel.
Oof.
Just saying.
Oh man, it just kind of it's just kind of funny how all that goes. I mean, so as far as other things over the weekend, I was actually a lot of people were laughing like hell, but I tried a couple of samples that came in from a fan of the show.
Okay.
So you wanted to let's stop being downers. I want to go with the serious flavor. Some people like this is one of those flavors where it is so many mixed opinions. Never bad in my opinion, but so many mixed reviews. That's raspberry creamsicle.
Okay.
Now for me, because I taste the cream, it tastes like one of those cream and like a fruit flavored candy.
Oh, now where I thought you were gonna go with that.
Like you definitely taste like it's like they have those strawberry and cream candies. It's like that, but a
The one that
raspberry.
you always will find in an old lady's purse.
Yes,
That's where exactly what I was hoping you were gonna say.
that's exact. You see, it kind of goes like this. It's like there's some flavors where they're just like some people are like, "Why do you like battle juice so much? It's just pineapple." But it's just like there's something about it that just makes you
It's a
feel
good
like you're coming
pineapple.
home. Like,
It's a good pineapple.
yes, it's a very good pineapple. And for me, raspberry creamsicle, some people were complaining that it's just not orange vibe, and orange vibe is better. And because it's not better, it's just okay. And I'm like, orange is orange, and that's to me is the best orange that G Fuel's made. Just my preference. I
Hmm.
think that's the best orange they've made is Orange Vibe. That's a 5-star flavor, milk and water, in my opinion. The raspberry creamsicle, I give it a 4.5.
Still a good
Four and
rating.
a half star out of 5. It's like I don't understand the criticism of it. Where do you rank it?
So for me, um, in water, I give it a 7.5, but in milk, I give it an 8. I absolutely love raspberry creamsicle. I think they did a phenomenal job with it. There's that really good rich creaminess to it. The raspberry tastes phenomenal. My only drawback with it, and I can agree with others when they say it as well, is that it tastes like, and I think why they make the comparison with like Orange Vibes, like when you drink Orange Vibe, you get that hit of like full on flavor. Like it feels like it's just right there, you're chewing on it. When it comes to raspberry creamsicle, it's a very light flavor. It just feels like there could be a little bit more oomph, a little bit more punch to it. But I think it's phenomenal. They knocked it out of the park. It's delicious. I can drink it all the time, whether water or in milk. I gave it a strong 7.5 to 8. I thought they did a really good job.
You see that's where I'm getting at, and I'm just kind of like, what's going on here? But yeah, Summit. I'm not sure if Summit picked that up or if that was just a sign to him. Whatever the case may be, that is a great flavor. So the other one I had, I know people try to say to shake your tubs to make sure that the flavors are combined and such. I tried Radioactive Lemonade, and the only thing I got was bubblegum. I didn't taste any lemonade from it, but I'll just say this. Is it in my top 5 worst? I don't think so. I mean, I'm giving it more towards a 2-star, 2.5 star, maybe. But it's better than the regular bubblegum. The Pepto taste is gone. But if you really want a lemonade bubblegum flavor that's worth talking about, half yuzu, half bubblegum. So if every time you get that, hey, we got a starter kit. And next thing you know, hey, poor bastard got bubble gum in a starter kit. If you got yuzu slash, take half the packet, pour it in, half a scoop of yuzu, shake her up.
So for me, I've had a lot of experience with radioactive lemonade. I've had the cans like a week when they first announced the flavor because we get cans early here in Michigan. I went out and bought a bunch of cases, hooked some other people up with them. I've drank a lot of it. I recently just myself tried the powder. I've had a lot of the cans, and even going from the cans and the shaker, or even the powder, um, this is G Fuel's most inconsistent flavor. I've had in
Really?
many situations, yeah, many situations where there's sometimes I get all lemonade, very little bubblegum. There's sometimes where I get way more bubblegum and just sometimes lemonade. I've had times where it's like just a perfect amount of lemonade and perfect amount of bubblegum and it's delicious. It is, in my opinion, the most inconsistent flavor because they fight on which one you're going to get more of all the time. And that's from many cans, many samples, just like, okay, maybe the sample is a little off. Overall, with that being said, for me, it's a 6.5. Like if I'm being a little generous, I'll give it a 7 because I can drink it. I do like it when it's on point, but it's just very inconsistent. I've had it be good, I've had it be bad. I've just many different ways. Like I literally woke up today and had a can of radioactive lemonade. It tastes a little off.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm. How do you duplicate so much of that crap and have it be that off every time you get it? Could you just imagine just being like imagine that's how you like wake up in the morning, like you know how they say if there's like something awful you call out of work or whatever. Could you just imagine you're just kind of like going, let's see how today's gonna be. What day's today? Monday. I'm going back to bed.
Yep.
hey,
Yep.
hey, feeling okay? No, I don't feel well. Was okay? Sniffles or anything else? It's like that. Chinese last night on Sunday night. It's kicking my ass, man. Something, because you got to fear if you the virus and everything else. I mean, not a virus joke by any means, but where I work, it's like if you call out, everyone goes like they gasp and they ask you questions, and it gives nerve wracking, and you don't want to pull out of work for gazy reason. But it's like if you wake up in the morning and you get a bubble gum and it's disaster and absolute tragedy, and you basically spit out of your mouth. If it's Monday morning, I know I'm not having a good day.
Hell no, I don't want the case of the Mondays.
It's there's either two ways this is going to go. This day's either going to be horse shit, or this is the worst part of my day and I go forward. At
Mm-hmm.
that point, you coin flip it. But so the best that you've had it is a 7.5. Is that can? Is
7.
that shaker? Or
Best I've had is at is a 7. The worst I've had at it would technically be a 5 on the more bubblegum side.
well, at least the bubble gum is what's supposed to be. It's like they got rid of the Pepto. Thank God.
Yeah. The most I have tasted it is with cans, and as I love to make the joke for those that get it, it is still very inconsistent. Even the one that really surprised me more is how inconsistent. Yeah, is how inconsistent the powder is. That's where I thought it would be way more consistent and a lot more on point. And it does taste very similar to the cans, but I was just really shocked. And I like it, but it's not like something I will rave about.
Okay, so here was another one, and this is where I was dreadfully disappointed. I got one sample of it left.
Mm-hmm.
I was received two, thankfully. It's just that I'm not sure how motivated I am to get oat milk. Somebody said, and even Ivy does the 10 scale. He goes, okay, party punch and water, 4 out of 10.
I feel
No,
like that's generous.
5 out of 10 for me, right? And I was nervous. I knew I was going into. So here's what happens. I'm outside. I got light, but you want to know why I filmed this outside?
In case you had to spit it out everywhere.
In case I went to spit out, I did not want to clean my desk.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not want to clean the window and cause a disruption in my kitchen. So guess what? I spit out into the air, and let me tell you something. I poured it out, and because it was cold that weekend, there was a blue frozen puddle right where I poured it. So essentially, what happened was I'm like, okay, this smells really great. I love the blue color. And it just sucks because just my memory is making me just smell this crap. But for some reason, when you stir it, you get this artificial milk taste to it.
Really?
To me, I tasted the. Now, mind you, I just got regular water and everything else. So I like the color, I like the smell. But then as soon as I like shake it up a little bit more, swish it around, all that, I get a sip, and then the weird aftertaste, it's this sour milk. To me, that's what it tasted like, sour milk.
I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people say it was because of the citric acid in the flavor, but like I know party punches either you absolutely hate it or you somehow, with all due respect, love it.
I haven't met anyone that's like that. I just heard that this is like the biggest bomb drop they've had in quite some time. Bubblegum's been out for a while, but there's too many people that like it. That's why they keep it around. As far as Party Punch, I mean, it's like everyone's like, what should I get? It's just like, do yourself a favor and
Don't
later,
touch it.
dude, adios, that crapola. So Chris says first try 4 out of 10, second try 7 out of 10. Somebody said oat milk will get rid of it and it will be the best, and it's exactly what you want it to be.
Maybe I need to try some oat milk I like, but there's so many times I hear people say try G Fuel flavors that are milk flavors in oat milk, and I don't know why.
And the thing is, man, it's like I hope I'm not. Listen, we also don't judge everyone's like diet or anything else. I mean, at the end of the day, hey, Jaden Cook, what's happening, man? Welcome to the show. We're live right now, but I'm not going to argue like your milk preference. It's like if somebody said, "Hey man, instead of 2%, try 1%." It's kind of like, "What? Why?" It's like if somebody wants you to do almond, one wants you to do cashew, one wants you to do oat. It's like I think you like it or you don't. I don't think I have a reason to try an oat milk personally, but maybe I buy like a quart of it or something. I don't know.
Maybe I do need to try it with oat milk, but like me personally, call me crazy. I honestly don't find there to be that much of a taste or huge difference in the actual taste of like 1%, 2% whole. So like I always just buy 2%, and I try all my milk flavors on 2%. So I'm just curious what makes oat milk so different for flavors.
I wonder if there's any. I gotta see if I could ask a couple Canadians in the group, but I wonder how is G Fuel and Homo Milk.
Never heard of that.
You never heard of Homo Milk? It's the fat content is 3.25, I think.
Huh.
Homo pasteurized milk. So I've heard they call it Homo Milk.
Yeah, either way, I've never heard of that in my life.
You look very concerned right now.
I'm
You're
looking
just
concerned
whoa,
because
whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa, time out, time out, time out.
like it's just like a new style of milk I've never heard of. Like I know there's a whole fad of like cashew milk, nut milk, oat milk, all that stuff. But like hearing that like homogenized milk, I'm just like, what?
It's like yeah, I just heard you just like whack. Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I do like milk flavors.
I'm gonna have to inquire about that for sure. But I don't know, man. It's just I basically after a second sip, everyone saw me just drain that sucker, and surprisingly, I didn't get hate for it this time around.
Too many raging gummy fish lovers out there, I guess, and not enough party punch lovers.
Raging gummy fish. Listen, even if you're a Phase Clan member, right? To keep that flavor around for so many years, some people gotta love it.
My main point being, it's just like on this podcast where we try to have non-biased opinions. Even if you dislike something, even if I dislike something, even if anybody dislikes something, death threats are not the answer, people. Especially over different strokes for different folks.
Correct. Although there's not many flavors me and you disagree on. Our ratings are probably different. Like I know that Phase 51, uh, I know you hate it. You
Get
want
out of
it
here.
out of here, and you just want to go, yeah, later, dude. Strike three. Now Chris actually likes it, but for me, I think it's uh, I think it's just okay. Like me, I'm not just going to myself. Listen, if I wanted to make cucumber, what was it? Cucumber lime or something like that, or cucumber melon. If I wanted to do that, I'll make my infused water. Personally,
Like,
just
to
me.
me, there's a giant difference on a flavor being light, where it feels like it could have more punch to it, and a flavor that I literally feel like I have to reach to get any of the actual flavor of. And 51 has always been that, where I feel like I'm reaching to get it.
The pain, the pain, man. Which, speaking of, we have two new flavors coming out. It's gonna be coming out
One this week, and then one in two
one
weeks.
this week, so it's a good time we're doing this during the show, and the other one is coming out February 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
We have Phase Swags. It's basically going to be a sour fruit punch.
I'm hyped.
You're hyped.
I am hyped. I like the more and more they've put out sour flavors. I think they've really done well with sours. I think they're good. I love red ooze. I love sour cherry. If phase berry is okay, I like the fruit punch by G Fuel. It's a pretty decent fruit punch. They're turning that sour. I'm sure it's gonna be a knockout of the park.
I mean, fruit punch is an OG flavor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just going to be like, hey, after X amount of years that G Fuel are taking OG flavor and making it sour, which essentially that just kind of means that the OG flavor of fruit punch is technically still around, which is nice because lemon lime's been faded out quietly and fruit punch is just inconsistent. Blue ice has stood the test of time. I'm happy, but at the same time, I am, and the shaker looks great. A gold
Oh yeah,
shaker, money, absolute freaking money. Kapow. My only concern is I don't want this to taste like a. I remember a lot of my friends said they hate Four Loco. It is alcohol, but they said it tastes like sour fruit punch to me, and it's just nasty.
I've never heard of that before, Loco. But then again, I haven't tried a ton of Four Locos in my life, old or
I
new.
mean, I'm not much of a drinker myself. I mean, if you wanted me to try like a certain beer or something, that'd be different. But even though I will say straight out, I'm not much of a drinker at all. But when people say I don't want a bad fruit punch, like basically just being like a expired fruit or it being too of this flavor. I mean, every fruit punch is different. And that's why I think when people say, hey, fruit punch, it's like, okay, how much apple's in there? How much grape? Is there going to be a pear thrown in there? A pineapple because I feel like it? I mean, is it going to be the OG formula with basically, I would take the moss sour powder and just dump it in there and is it going to smack? Is it going to be light? Or some people are going to be like, this is just okay.
I'm sure it'll be the newer style, like Cyber Punch, the fruit punch, or the new updated calorie version of fruit punch, but with essentially like sour powder put into it, a more sour version of it. Because like, and to your point about like different fruit punch being different, like I've recently tried M-Fam Hydration. That's just a more pineapple-y fruit punch. It's definitely not going to be that. I think it's going to be just your more traditional fruit punch that they've had before, just with some sour added to it.
I actually was wondering about MFAM myself because I mean, I still taste this grapefruit in there. And
I,
I'm not a grapefruit guy, but I mean, I'm not sure if it's just a certain smell in there or whatever. I mean, personally, I like it. It's definitely different, especially if you look at all the fruits that's in there, like strawberry, the pineapple, all that. Maybe it's just a combination of a new scent I'm smelling or whatever the case may be, but I like it. I do.
See, and I honestly would figure you would love it because I know how much you love bio juice and how much you love your pineapple, and it's just like heavy pineapple fruit punch.
I don't love it, but I like it. And it's simply because there's, if we take something like, I guess the best way to put it, to describe it would be it's a Spanish delicacy, mole sauce. There's like 20 ingredients in it. Why there's 20 ingredients, I don't know. But sometimes when you add a fruit punch, it's kind of like when, I don't know, it's like those colleges where it's just like, hey, we're going to put in four kinds of juices, four kinds of soda, four
Ah,
different types of candy, and then
uh,
four types of flavored booze.
like a
Like
good old jungle juice.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like some people are like, beware of the jungle juice. And I'm like, why? Because it tastes like diabetes and it's like there's too much crap in there for you to taste anything.
That's the point. It's supposed to be fruity. You're supposed to use Everclear, and it's supposed to hit you hard.
I'm so glad I don't drink. I mean, to me, dude,
I've
it
been through my
shouldn't,
party years.
nothing that you consume should smell like rubbing alcohol or floor cleaner. Read my thoughts on the floor cleaner.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like you may
But
work with it a
sometimes
little
I
bit
feel like
more.
fruit punch, it's just like, listen, man, we know what fruit punch is. There's many different ways to make it. But sometimes it's kind of like when you have a mix of flavors, it's like, hey, these are my top tiers. Just because they're top tiers and you love them doesn't mean they should be mixed together. Sometimes when you add too much to the fruit punch, it just sucks. Or it's just not as good.
See, I'm hopeful for it.
To
I'll
me,
be picking
that's
up a
what
collector
I get. It's
box.
like, yeah, it's got pineapple in it, but sometimes you eat pineapple by itself, not next to its cousin honeydew and grapes that are neighboring next to it.
I think they'll do fine with it. I'll pick up a collector box. Shaker looks decent. I think the flavor will be well. On the other hand, though, One flavor itself that's next to come out on February 2nd, which I am hyped for because I think they're going to do well with the flavor. I'm just not a fan of the collab personally. Is we are getting the Naruto collab of White Peach. Pomelo White Peach.
So are you not just a fan of the collab? Are you just not an anime fan, or?
If we really want to touch into that boat, in my teens, I was a huge anime fan. And then that's when, like, those were the days where you get picked on and bullied for being an anime fan. Then later now in this day and
Yeah,
age, everybody's like, I
before
love
those
anime, it's so
t-shirts
cool.
had
And you're
those
like, what the
homies
hell
telling
happened?
you to go watch this popular anime, and then it makes you go into. But then it's just like you got the people that are like, oh yeah, by the way, if you are not into One Piece or Naruto or, something that was played on Toonami at night, they basically don't know what the hell it is.
I've seen all of Naruto. I have respect for it. I'm just not a huge anime person anymore. I just feel like there's other things out there that probably could use a
Yeah.
better collab.
It's actually kind of funny too because if you Google me Relentless 41, you would actually be very surprised on what you would find if you went to images.
Okay. Do I need to Google this right now?
Let's see.
But for the record, it is
What
supposed to
the
be a
hell?
pomelo white peach, and I guess pomelo is, I believe it was a Japanese style grapefruit essentially. So it's gonna be more like a grapefruity white peach flavor.
Nice. I mean, I dig the white peach, and then you get some citrus and all. But I will say, what you will find if you put me in Google, you'll find my stories right there. You got my Twitter right there. I usually do for sports, but if you go to images, well, there's actually a couple of stories that people tag me in on Wattpad, but the top left is actually my book cover.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I'd known about your book. You've told me and shown me that before.
I mean, I'm working on a second one right now and hoping that everything goes better. But
I used to be an anime fan back in the golden age where you would get fucking bullied and picked on for it, and now everybody makes it cool nowadays, and it's become more mainstream. Just like what the fuck,
it only
guys? Like,
took
what happened
Sasuke
here?
becoming edgy for everyone to just fan out over it. It's
It
like
only
once people see lightning shoot out of your hand and stab people.
wasn't even
Oh
that.
yeah,
It was the nerd revolution of the internet, is what it was.
absolutely.
But I am excited for the flavor. You know me, I love my peach flavors. I do like white peach. I hope this is good. And the one thing I've heard people bring up, which is a good concern, is that pomelo is a more weirder styled grapefruitish flavor. Is there going to be more of like that florally smell to it? Like it's very floral, if you know what I'm trying to bring up.
Yes,
I feel like that could be a possibility with this one.
we shall see, man. Because again, I'm not a grapefruit guy. I'll admit it. Also makes me wonder what the hell they're gonna do because they're gonna make like two releases a month from what it seems like, and I understand that for business purposes.
Which is an okay speed. It's at least better than what they did the past like 4 months, where it's like here's 10 flavors over 3 months.
Yes, I agree. But it makes me wonder what they're gonna do for Valentine's Day as well. Some people want the crush candy back. Some people want the grapefruit back.
It's just gonna be a Tetris reskin.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just making up jokes at this point with all the reskins. I mean, we brought up last week how
You
like
got me good. That's just some people don't even like the Tetris. But again, I think some people gotta water it down. And I know Chris is secretly laughing on the inside because every time we say Tetris, we that's the first thing we think of is me just ranting about the people where it's just like, why can't you enjoy the candy itself? It's like you got a big bag of Skittles. Pop a couple in your mouth, keep her moving, continue your day. Could you imagine like somebody handing you Skittles and you're just like, ew, ew, no, no. Okay, thank you. Moving on.
imagine if somebody did those M&Ms.
If somebody did that with M&M's, oh, laying you the freaking smack.
Fun fact: they're all the same flavor.
Exactly. It's funny. I still got some Halloween colored M&Ms, the green, the purple, and orange. If somebody said I don't like the purple M&Ms, I'd be like, brother, what are you doing to me?
I don't know what they'll do for Valentine's. I mean, kind of like I make the reskin joke because we brought up in last week's podcast. If you guys haven't, go check it out. I was disappointed that Phase Freeze, which is a flavor I love, but still, the Phase Freeze reskin is just Phase X. I love Phase X, but come on. Why do we need a reskin of it?
Well,
And
January is the coldest month of the year, but still.
did you see
And
the
the
funny part about
shaker,
that, though?
also, if you've noticed, the shaker, people thought was a brand new shaker, but I actually bought that with
Stonks
the stonks.
bundle.
Basically, was only available. Uh, they did restock it, but it was only available in a bundle. And people were pissed, even though it was only $5 more for the shaker. But essentially, they had a similar bundle again, and then they put it on the website finally for obviously regular price. But I'm kind of thinking to myself, that thing, let me tell you, it is not appealing on the website, but when you see it in person,
It looked good.
oh, let me tell you something. That is like when you own a sports car, you give it the car a good wash, and you're staring into the chrome rims. That's what that shaker reminds me of. You're like staring into the chrome, and you're like, "This is beautiful."
Now, speaking of put on the website, as I brought up with Phase Freeze, did you see what they put up on the website? Did you see what they put up on Twitter?
About
The flavor descriptions was hilarious because still on the website they wanted Bacala to be a grapefruit-like flavor, but yet even on Twitter they came out and they're like, "Yeah, Phase Freeze is also some would say an Arctic cherry flavor," and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! Get the flavor straight. We all know it's a
I'm
white
come on.
cherry.
I'm a journalist. You got come on, man.
It's a white cherry
Hold on,
flavor."
hold on, hold on. Do I have to intern for these people? I'm an hour away from West Babylon, New Yuck. Do I have to go in and talk to these people? Do we have to hire an expert? It's just like, no. How about I volunteer and we get this right? We do a blindfold taste test, something. Listen, I'll make a phone call. I'll dress up in a suit. I'll take off my boots. I'll take time off of my work day if we can get this right. People, listen, you're the number one in the market. How can you not describe a flavor like that? I don't get it.
They
How
even
are you
called it
going to tell me that
champagne,
was what they say? It was like grapefruit, grape, and something else.
grapefruit cherry, and something else.
I just taste white cherry,
And some
Arctic cherry, whatever you want to call it. And
they
people are
even
saying, "Hey, dude, look at the description." I'm going to be like, Have you tasted it? Have you tasted it?
they even called it a champagne flavor. It,
Champagne,
it's a white cherry Gatorade. It's Arctic Freeze Arctic Champagne.
champagne.
Yep. I shiz
I,
you
I,
not.
I've tasted champagne where it even has freaking. It's made from a little bit of pear. And let me tell you something. Do they even know how to pronounce champagne? Like, is it like Futurama
Champignon.
where the guy just goes, "Would you like some champagne?"
Champagne.
Champagne. Oh my god. Who is the abomination behind this? Because I would like to have a word with him.
I don't know. And another new cool release, which Summer may or may not have seen, but it's also kind of another exclusive location hookup flavor. So if you know your plugs, know your people, try to get this because it's a flavor you and I both agree they knocked out of the park and it's very good. And we now finally have it in cans, which we brought up actually in last episode. You can now get at your Circle K's, if they have stocked them yet, you can now get strawberry slushy at Circle K. One Shot Girl strawberry slushy cans.
And I'm not sure if G Fuel has their ears down to the ground or whatever. But if they do, we did mention on this show that this would be great in a can.
Yep.
Now, I'm not sure if they hear us.
I'm sure it was already in the works before that because we literally said that last episode.
Hey, listen, I'm sure it doesn't take them long to figure it out. I understand distribution, everything else, especially like getting the can, the artwork, everything else. But we timed this pretty damn well.
Yeah, no, and I'm definitely gonna be looking for somebody that has the hookup to it because I really want to try it. If I can get a couple, I'll be sending you one so we can do live testing of it. I'm hyped for it. I wish it wasn't Circle K. I didn't even know what Circle K was before. Like I had to ask other people, what the heck's a Circle K?
Well, hey, I had no idea what the hell a Sheets was. Sheets sounds like somebody went to the bathroom.
Yeah, it definitely does. Sounds like you're wiping with some sheets.
It's not. It sounds like somebody had, you know, decided to have himself a big taco lunch.
I mean,
The sheets, the sheets.
you're not wrong. For the longest time, I wonder what the heck a sheets was and what the heck a Wawa was.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like we just had a 7-Eleven gone right here, and somebody was complaining. They're like, "This is so stupid. It should be a Wawa." And I'm like, "Listen, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but there's no Wawa in the Northeast. They're all around
Mm-hmm.
essentially where the North and South border, somewhere around there. But there's nothing up here. It's like maybe Maryland is like the closest one from here, if that.
If that.
So it's just kind of like, hold on, you're gonna go from all the way to Maryland all the way to like Connecticut? Ain't happening.
You have a closer chance of finding a sheets near you in some surrounding states than you do a Wawa.
You have a better chance of me operating the tank before that happens.
Or that.
So I guess this is without further ado. I can't wait. I wanted to wait for you on this one. And ooh, okay. Let's see what they got from this package. Now, I've actually been very fed up with a couple of things from Gamer Subs, mostly the CEO, because I'm sorry, dude, but you can't mock, you can't just make your opinion on things, especially since the introverts actually support you. Like, there's a lot of introverts that are gamers basically support you, and the fact that you're going to believe what you do is just immoral to me. But I will say, as a gift, I did bite my tongue and I did get a Gamer Subs package coming in. Let's see. We have just a nice ad of how to use our mission. What is GG? We got this card here. Oh, drop. So it actually came in. Let's see. We got another card. Popular GG recipes: blueberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade, Long Island ice punch. Okay, so this is mixing basically if you have a bunch of their lineup, which I like it. I like it. Not too bad. We got the sticker here, which it's coming up here. As far as I ordered two flavor packs, one came in an envelope and one came as is. Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000.
I've actually heard decent reviews about that one recently.
I have as well. It's just that the title's insane. Like my followers have told me about this. Misfits Melon. I'm actually very surprised that. I mean, again, I do say that if you need a G Fuel competitor or something to get you in the powdered market, you need something that G Fuel doesn't have. They're not going to have anything related to avocado. They don't have a dragon fruit energy. This is dragon fruit punch. And this, I mean, if the melon tastes as good as it should be, this is essentially what Phase 51 should taste like. Agreed?
I mean, we could hope.
I mean, melon, okay. Let's see, another gamer fart. It's another dragon fruit. A mango. So G Fuel has the Wumpa fruit, but it's mixed with apple. Great flavor, one of my favorites. But I wondered if they would actually go to just a straight mango flavor again.
So it looks like I only have to send you a certain couple of flavors because I have the dragon fruit on me right here. Because we could probably do this for next week's episode. I have Misfits Melon, I have the dragon fruit, and I have the mango.
And the last one, a blue raz.
Yep, I got that one too.
So it sounds like we're going to be trying these, and I guess we're just going to sample these throughout the week and see what we got. Let's see if they actually have it on the packets.
I say next week's episode then could be all G-Subs trying. Just load up all the shakers and give them all a good one try.
Serving size, half a packet, okay. And the contents into 16 ounces of cold water. Blah. Wow, this is actually located in New Jersey. You want to know it's actually very funny? Where I live, there's a lot of New York and New Jersey jokes.
Oh, I believe it.
So it kind of goes like this. By Jersey, they typically mean Newark, New Jersey, which is the armpit of the nation. So if it's kind of like this, like let's say we hate the blue raz, right? It's like, hey, I'd be like, hey, Teach, do you like this? The Jersey version of blue ice?
Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey. What are you doing? I'm walking here.
I'm
What the
walking
hell are you
here.
going? I'm trying to get home. Ma's making sauce. Fucking forget about it.
Send her the sauce.
I remember this guy being like, listen, if I cook for you, this is Sebastian Maniscalco. He's just like, I don't care if I cook for you, if you eat the whole thing. Just when you take the bread and you wipe it on the plate, at least have me fall in love with you before I watch you mop sauce. My father does this. Though I just wish that I actually had the caffeine amount labeled on here. And again, right? The only reason why I'm very skeptical of doing this is because, well, listen, if I ever get approached, and the same thing as you, if you ever get approached by these guys telling us to review something, we'll do it. But as far as like doing what we're doing, I know what the deal is. I'm just concerned based on the CEO's history because some people can't take criticism.
Oh, you're pointing out more actually at the CEO of the company.
The CEO is labeled as a piece of garbage. But the final review, you ready for this?
Mhm.
Great way to kick off the end of the show. We
Hey, it's a good
have
kickoff to the end
this
of the
was a
show.
really love the color, by the way. This thing sold out fast. This is what they call the VTuber Waifu Shaker.
Yeah, that's a waifu shaker, and somehow those go for huge money on resale.
I'll, so if I were to, I'm so scared of looking at eBay prices. And I
So,
actually had because I've bought in some prior beforehand. Uh, what happens is I actually had an invite to buy it early, and that's how I found out about the lychee flavor. And I told people, I'm like, listen, mystery's probably not coming back, but if you are okay with their formula, just go for it and see what happens. Let's see, waifu shaker. I'm scared to see the results.
using the general equation for um, it takes 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms. On the packet of the G subs flavor, it says there's 159 micrograms. So if we divide that by 1,000, that means on average you have 160 milligrams of caffeine.
I was about to say, when you do the micrograms and you just make the numbers sound much bigger, like what the hell are you doing to yourself?
Yeah, just call it
Why are we
160 milligrams.
why are we reinventing the wheel? Boognas, what's happening? And G Fuel for Days, Chris is loving the clear shakers. And by the way, I will
I
be
like.
sending you a shaker, my dear handsome co-host. But let me tell you something. This is what I was pissed off about. I can reach it. Nope, that ain't it. Damn it, man. Come on, what's wrong with me? So, Boog Naston actually showed me about Advanced GG having those that sale going on. It was a starter kit, and apparently this was the shaker included along with the samples. Only 200 made. So guess what, Teach?
Hmm.
I'm gonna be sending you this guy, and apparently there's only 200 of them.
Hey.
Problem being, I need you to look on the top.
Oh, I remember you bringing this up. I know that logo.
Not only is the logo the same, but take a look on the top.
That
The little-
logo may look a little familiar to this one.
No, but do you see the crack?
Oh, yeah. Screw me.
So they basically put it in this plastic bag, which, by the way, man, G Fuel has always sent us like, and even the resellers, like I've actually like even from eBay or somebody from a G Fuel group. I mean, they'll actually send in like they got the bubble wrap envelopes. This was just a straight up thin plastic bag with tape on it. And they sent both of them like that. And I'm like, G Fuel would never do this.
Nope. You
I,
always get a cardboard box.
I paid for
bubble wrapped.
shipping and everything else. And remember how I said that the plastic supply chain was, a problem?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the Zedra shaker, which, by the way, those are all sold out now if you didn't know. So do me a favor.
My
That's
second
empty,
one.
right? Is that empty or no?
Nope.
Find an empty shaker if you can. This may take a moment.
Got one.
The cup I got there, mystery shaker pack, wasn't the same. It was even worse. Oh my god! He say Bugnaz say tossed his. So you got a regular shaker, right?
Yep.
So put it next to your microphone and shake it.
Are you talking about the little shake?
Close it and pretend you're making a G Fuel.
You just gotta make sure the blades are tightened all the way.
Well, guess what? These are tightened all the way.
Oh man, because you can have that problem with the G Fuel shaker if it's not tight all the way.
No, dude. This is.
I know what you're talking about, but like I've had it with G Fuel. Like,
and Boog was telling me that his just fell through.
what?
Like his was going straight to like the middle.
That's terrible.
So also,
actually terrible.
take a look at this. You know
I'm
how I
trying to
said
get
they're
to.
brittle? Dude, G Fuel shakers, I've never been able to do this. Hey, let's do a SpongeBob reference. May I take your order? I
Okay.
will squeak when
This
it's
is
ready.
this is as much you're getting on a G Fuel shaker, and
No,
I'm
dude.
still pushing it pretty. Oh, you're getting it way more, but I'm saying like this is still me giving it quite some force.
Dude, that's kind of hard, you know what I mean? But this is
Soft.
brittle and this is flexible. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Soiled it.
How you gonna do me like that? Got me sewing this goddamn thing. Goddamn sick of this shit.
That's just absolutely abysmal. That is something to be called out on.
Dude, I don't get it. Listen, I said clear tall boys. If you want to charge $5 more for them, just to like give us a good design, a shaker, and everything else, I'm fine with it. But as Boognas said before, listen, if G Fuel doesn't have a clear tall boy available, get a blender bottle, because if I'm looking at it and I see this crap right here, it's just not going down, man.
So funny
Now,
enough, I actually
substantial
prefer
issue or
blender
not,
bottles for milk flavors
sucks,
rather
man.
than a G Fuel shaker.
Now yours did not have a crack in it. I saw yours. Yours didn't have a crack on the bottom. But like I said before, this is a supply chain issue, and this is made by obviously the same factory as G Fuel. And I thought that was just their way of doing something on the bottom, like just a botch logo, whatever.
No, it's a company.
No. This is disgraceful.
Yep.
Again, Advanced GG is on my shit list.
And hey, we're now biased to this stuff, and we'll call you out on it. Now, the big thing to me is how much are those shakers? Not that they're limited or whatnot, because I know, what is it, $45 for an average tub by them?
The Focus brand. So essentially, the Focus line, yes, $45.
How much are their
Energy
shakers?
line, 35, but there's only 8 flavors. Like where all those collabs with the streamers and everything else is underneath the Focus label. So those focus tubs, the line that I was sent for the free samples, those are, yeah, $45. And that's before discount, before anything. That's basically like, hey, at the end of the day, right? You're not going to have somebody go, I mean, it's over $1 serving in one hit. You're going to have to buy a shaker, which, it's not appealing at first. But it's just,
And how much are
don't
the
stop.
shakers?
It's just ridiculous.
If you were to go on their website, how much is a shaker?
Let's try and do it from here.
I got a
Advanced
feeling they're like
GB.
25 bucks.
Now, the metal shaker, we've already discussed that if you're getting the ice shaker brand, you get it from Juju because it is $10 cheaper. As far as, okay, so this is their glow in the dark shaker.
Mm-hmm.
This goes for $13.99.
Better than what I was about to expect.
The short boys go for $10.99.
Okay.
So again,
Good pricing at least. I was honestly expecting outrageous pricing from them.
I'm not going to crap on them for over $1. And the tall boys, a couple dollars more. Again, we as enthusiasts would pay more if we liked a collectible tall boy. It just is what it is. But again, quality is an issue, and just again, a bad flavor and everything being $45, it rubs me because we're here for the people.
Yep.
We're supposed to have, things done a certain way. And also, if we know that, I mean, let's just be honest. If you were running a company, we run a podcast, we got to be held accountable if we do something stupid.
Yep.
The Gamer Sub CEO has got to be accountable for being a piece of garbage towards a certain demographic of people.
Let
Which,
us try before you guys buy.
yes. And I understand that the claim is like a hard servings in a tub for $36. And listen, I get all that. But if the taste is off and it just doesn't do the job, then
Doesn't matter how many
free sample
servings.
or not, I gotta write it off.
Yep.
So we're experimenting with a couple of things, and also, my dear Teach, I also sent you what I did review on, and for anyone tuning in for next episode,
Okay. We'll definitely have a big
anyone
try
who's a fan
episode next
of
week.
Wildcat, and let me tell you something, it seems like half of my YouTube ads are Wildcat drinking glitch. And mind you, if you were to get a tub of either of these flavors, their Cyber Sunrise, their new flavor that apparently they were working on for a year, isn't in these samples yet. So you're getting two of these each.
Ayo.
Uh, Try them in water.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try the lemonade and milk.
I don't typically think of trying lemonade and milk.
Well, the thing is too is Spaceberry is bitter not sweet, and this actually becomes a lemonade creamsicle, and it has a thick texture to it.
Hmm.
I was not a fan of either of these, and if you want to know my scale, we're gonna give a full review going on in the next episode. But the lemonade, I give it 2 star. The Spaceberry, I give it 2.5. And you know that
So
I'm calling that out, particularly before I go into the demographic of it's a $45 tub with 30 servings plus shipping. Come on, man.
So that means we'll have to get Teach's opinion next week when we have our giant
So the fact
sampler
that there's three
try.
energy drink companies that I'm going to be reaching out to this week and basically speak my mind to, please wish me luck. And if anyone wants to add to these, because again, I'm not saying everything needs to be a G Fuel, everything needs to be a MAW. I've noticed that every single company has their flaws. For example, I'm fed up with MAW and their sponsorship program. I am fed up with some things that G Fuel is keeping locked up. There's plenty of criticism to go around everywhere. And I say criticism because I'm not slandering. We use our words here, and we do have opinions that do hold water. It's the power of the people. So if anyone has been a fan of Glitch with an I, not the Y, now what's down there for a discount code by City Gamer, aka Taylor, she runs the town. This is going to get good. And if we have any replies from these said companies, oh, we will let you know. And I will read word for word because essentially we're paying customers, baby.
And that'll
And
all be on
what
next
they
week's
say,
episode.
sometimes they say the customer's always right, depending on who you ask.
Hope.
I just see a facial reaction.
Look, I've worked in retail for a very long time. The customers always come first, but they aren't always right. Sorry, Karen, you're not always right. Back off.
I will say this too, and that is I have had these people. I worked for Harbor Freight Tools, and there's a lot, and I mean a lot of people out there that really just. There was a lot of cranky middle-aged men that came into where I worked to bitch, piss, and moan. Nothing's gonna change, except
No,
well, when you have criticism and you call it down the line, it's better for you.
but that's
So,
a great spot to wrap up this week's episode.
you got any final thoughts, Teach?
My final thoughts is I can't wait to ship you out some samples. I can't wait to get your samples and have a great sample testing next week of some other brands that aren't G Fuel.
Absolutely. So, in the meantime, everybody, drink plenty, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We
And
are
stay
going to
caffeinated.
dial the phones, send some emails, do a little sampling, as well as potentially a little bit of drain cleaning. And we will be back because we love to get a little bit of mixing in on your Monday night because we are the not just the co-hosts of Caffeinated, but the co-hosts of Monday night.
Hey, man, I like the way that sounds.
We are the co-hosts of Monday night, 329th in the retail line, and nobody forget it. Sayonara, everybody. Be well. We love you. You're the best. Later.
Hey,